Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today on Live Music Nation Festival Edition. Today, I am with Katie Mabry Van Dieren. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did. You did a
Uh,
great job.
Close enough. She's out of Kansas City with the Strawberry Swing KC Festival, Arch Festival, and many, many other. They also have a brick and mortar store. We're going to talk about that as well. Katie, thanks for being on with us today.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Katie, give us a little background on you. Where did you grow up? Talk a little bit about your career, and then let's talk more about the festival.
Awesome. Yeah, I grew up actually in Kansas City. So the funny thing about our little city is that it is on there's a street called State Line. And when you cross to the west, you're in Kansas. And when you cross to the east, you're in Missouri. So I actually grew up on the Kansas side, but now I live on the Missouri side, which really, I mean, you can step in the middle and be in both states. I've had a festival in two states at once. It's pretty awesome. But I've lived all over. I've lived in France and New Zealand and made my way back here to, kind of put some roots down and give us a festival. We really don't have any type of big art fairs, or we do have music festivals that come here, of course, but my fair is geared towards artists and makers, and we bring in musicians and that kind of thing. So I wanted to have something here because we don't have anything like that here.
Very cool, very cool. So tell us about your event. What does it look like? What does it smell like? And what
Ooh.
does it feel like when you're there?
Okay, so it's called the Strawberry Swing Indy Craft Fair. Ironically, it's named after a Coldplay song, The Strawberry Swing, which talks about the perfect day. If you haven't listened to that song, I honestly am not that big of a Coldplay fan anymore in my old age of 40, but it is a beautiful song. It's apparently one of the most aurally pleasing songs of all time, and it talks about the perfect day. So it's really the perfect day. We have artists and makers that basically pop up mini stores, and we do them all over the Midwest or in Kansas City and around Missouri, basically. We've gone to other cities too, but not really quite far out of Missouri or Kansas. And basically, the biggest ones have more than 150 local artists and makers. They pop up a tent, a 10 by 10, and then they sell their items. And then we'll bring in stages. We have a really awesome guy here. We call him DJ Joe. He has invented this like stage that gets pulled behind a truck. It's almost like a semi trailer, and it becomes like a transformer where it goes zzz, 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 and it like folds down, and it becomes like a mobile stage. So when we have our big festivals, we bring in bands and stuff. It's always free to attend. We never have a ticketed event. We want this to be free for everyone, so we fundraise via sponsorships and the booth fees, and then people come out, they support these local artists, and it's just a really perfect great day.
Katie, you have an obvious passion for people and what you do. Why is it so important for you to have these events and gather people with commonalities?
Oh my gosh, it is literally like the nearest and dearest thing to my heart. I want to make sure that, anyone has an opportunity to create art, sell their art, and have it in an accessible environment. So we really do try and bring people to different venues around Kansas City that have historic, a past where people can learn about that. Plus, just meeting their community members. I mean, especially with the pandemic, people really became you know, kind of hidden away in their hidey holes of their homes. And so getting back out, meeting people face to face, it just makes everyone happier, and it gives a bigger space for community to thrive. And like financially wise, supporting local owned businesses is just so great overall because you put the money right back into your city. So those sales tax that you're selling, you add on the sales tax, that's going right back in to our city. And then any of the other dollars, they're basically all going to help this community that we're already building and thriving in. So it's just a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Very much so. Very good. Okay, so two questions that I always ask in any and every interview because it gives us an insight as to you and your mind and how you think and what you enjoy. Best concert you've ever seen your entire life, who would it be?
Oh my God. So I love Radiohead more than life itself. So anytime I've seen Radiohead, the most amazing concert I've ever seen. Also, um, I have seen Cher quite a few times. Get me
Wow.
in a karaoke machine and I will pull a Cher. The last time I saw Cher, which I think each time Cher goes on tour, she claims it's her like last tour ever, right? And then she comes back again. Last time I saw Cher, she literally like got on it was at the Sprint Center in Kansas City, which is like our huge domed arena that can fit like 70 billion people. She somehow like flew over the crowd in what looked like to me like a a cage, and then Cher was just soaring over the crowd singing, "Do you believe in life after love?" It was amazing.
That's perfect. You could bring one act. You may have already answered this now. You could bring
Oh God.
one act to Strawberry Swing KC
Oh.
Festival. Who would you bring?
Well, I'd have to say it has to be Coldplay to play the Strawberry Swing. I
That's
mean,
perfect.
that would be like the greatest day of all time.
Yep. Nope. I agree. I agree. Fully. How do people find out more about the festival and your brick and mortar stores?
So if they Google Strawberry Swing, they're going to get the Coldplay song first. But if you Google the Strawberry Swing Indie Craft Fair, you'll hopefully get me. So it's thestrawberryswing.com is our Indie Craft Fair. And the brick and mortar is called shoplocalkc.com. And we love it. Come see us. Come visit us if you're passing through Midwest. We have festivals all the time. So just check it out. Get on our mailing list and you'll know when we're going to pop up next.
Very good. Thank you so much for being on with us today.
Thank you so much. It was awesome.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of